Tired of a dull clipper blade that pulls your dog's hair? Or maybe the blade smells and has a lot of fur buildup? Well, we are sharing tips on how to keep your clipper blade sharp, and we'll talk about what is the best way to clean a clipper and keep it cool running. I'm Shelly with Revival Animal Health, and this is Beth, a Revival Customer Care Pro and a former hairdresser. So you know a lot about clippers and how to keep them cool, and really, whether it's dogs or people, clippers and blades, they need to be cared for in order to stay sharp.
Yes, and some people ask if human and dog clippers are interchangeable. We do recommend using a clipper designed for a dog since dogs' hair are different than humans. But no matter what clipper you use, clippers and blades are expensive, so you want to take care of them and so they will last for you. If you're finding that your blades are getting dull quickly, you are going to want to kind of reassess, find out what may be causing the issue, and then you can prevent it from happening in the future.
Perfect. Well, and one of the big reasons that blades dull quickly is you find that when they're used to groom a dirty dog. People might not think about that.
Yeah, that's something we run into a lot on the phones when we're speaking with customers, because believe it or not, starting with a clean coat will help your blades stay sharper longer. So before even turning the clipper on, give your dog a bath using a pet-safe shampoo such as the Vet Basics Oatmeal Protein Shampoo, and just give them a good scrub down to make sure all the dirt and debris are out of their coat first. After doing that, then you're going to want to blow dry them, make sure that they're nice and dry. Some people, they don't understand why the coat has to be clean. It's because over time the dog's coat can have dirt, debris, and just have natural oils come up in the fur. So cleaning all that off will help the clipper and the blade, just run a lot smoother and make it a better experience for them.
Okay, so you've got a clean and brushed dog. What else can you do to make sure the blade stays sharp?
Well, you'll want to make sure that you have the proper blade setting for the type of dog that you're about to groom. Not using the proper blade can cause it to get dull faster and cause the blade to get hot during the grooming process, which is never a good thing. Have an idea of what you want the dog to look like when you're finished grooming, and then choose the best blade for that look. For example, a 40 blade goes all the way down to the skin, which is typically called a surgical cut, which they use in a lot of vet clinics. Meanwhile, if you're looking to leave the hair longer, you want something like a 4, or you can add an attachment to keep it longer than even the 4. Keep in mind, it is always better to start longer. You can always go shorter, but you can't put that hair back on. So just
that would be hard to do.
Yes. So just remember though, not all blades fit every clipper. So make sure that the blades that you do get do work for your particular clipper.
We actually have a very helpful clipper blade chart in our learning center at revivalanimal.com that really helps you choose which blade is best for your pet.
Yes, many people who don't choose the right blade can end up having more troubles. So take a little time to do your clipper blade and your coat type research for the type of dog that you're going to be grooming.
Okay, so you're done grooming. Now what do you suggest as far as keeping your clipper clean and your blade ready so that way it's ready for next time?
I always recommend using a blade cleaner such as the ProVet Logic grooming tool sanitizer. This is a great cleaning. This is great for cleaning the clippers and the blades because it not only cleans, but it also helps kill most bacteria and viruses that you can find in the animal facilities, including canine parvovirus, ringworm, and E. coli. If you are using this clipper on multiple animals, you don't want to accidentally pass something from one dog to another because some clients' owners, they may not know that their dog has a pre-existing condition. So it's always a good practice for the groomer to make sure that you just clean between every client to help keep everything clean.
Okay, so now what if you notice that your blade maybe is starting to smell or has a lot of fur buildup? What should you do in that situation?
Well, I recommend using the Andis Cool Care Plus because that lubricates the blade, it removes hair and buildup, and also deodorizes the blade. I use this on my clippers at home. It works really good. It gets the job done. You just want to remember that blades need to be cleaned after every use to help keep them running cool. So you want to make sure that you have something that cleans but also lubricates. At the end of your business day, it is always a great practice to do one final cleaning of all your clippers and all of your blades so it is in tip-top shape for the next business day.
Okay, so it's the end of the day. What type of cleaning should you do once you've finished grooming, your last dog of the day? What should you do to keep your blades sharp and ready for the next day?
So you'll want to clean off your clipper and your blades. And so you'll just kind of take, if you have a snap-on, you'll just take the blade off and off of all your clippers. And then you'll just take a little brush. This is just from a local beauty supply store. And you'll just want to work all of the hairs just out from in between all the little crevices, on top. Just make sure that it's just nice and clean before you spray them down. And then same with the clipper. There's going to be a lot of buildup in here. So you'll just want to work all of that buildup out of there before you snap the blade back on. And then you'll also want to oil your blades at the end of the day. You don't have to do it between every client, but just at the end of the day because it will help the strokes per minute for the next business day. So you'll just take your little tube of oil and you'll just dab a little bit to make sure. You don't have to glob it on or anything, but just put a few drops and then the oil will work its way into the blades and it'll dry overnight and then you'll be ready to go the next day.
Okay, so now we want to talk about what are the signs that a blade may be dull, and is there really a safe and effective way to sharpen a blade, or is it just best to get a new blade at that point?
Well, dull blades just are all around not a good time. When you have a dull blade, they can pull on the hair and it hurts your dog. So the biggest sign of a dull blade is that it pulls hair and causes discomfort, and the grooming experience is just very unenjoyable. So if the blade is dull, I recommend it is best to purchase a new blade. If you prefer to sharpen your current blade, then instead of buying a new one, depending on where you live, you can use Google and you can find a local sharpening business that will help you, or you can just jump on social media and your grooming friends will be able to help you out.
That's a great idea. And finally, Beth, I actually have one tip for you and people at home. If you want to know what is one thing that is easier than grooming with a dull blade, what's that? It's subscribing to the Revival Animal Health YouTube channel. So if you're watching on YouTube, we encourage you to click on the subscribe button below and subscribe to the Revival Animal Health YouTube channel so you can see more pet health videos such as this. Now, make sure to also check out our Learning Center at revivalanimal.com. We mentioned it earlier, and we have lots of grooming tips there. We also have that clipper blade chart that we mentioned that kind of breaks down each of the animals and pets and by breed to know which blade and clipper you want to use there. And again, if you still have a question and you're not sure which blade and clipper to get, make sure to call our pet care pros. Beth and her team would be happy to help and listen to what you need and what kind of breed of dog you have and help you really choose the best clipper and blade for your pet. Hi, if you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing to the Revival Animal Health YouTube channel so you don't miss out on our new videos. If you have any more questions on grooming or any other pet health issues, call our pet care pros at this number or check out our other pet health videos.